Hi guys and welcome back to my channel Mr. B. I'm Konstantin and today I would like to review a watch collection from Mike. Mike is a good friend of mine. He has his own business, is a loving father of an adorable child, happily married and actually a very passionate watch collector. And I asked him to take some videos from his collection to present us his pieces. So guys, let's get into the video and check out Mike's watch collection. Let's go. So let's talk about Mike's first watch in his collection. It's the first watch he actually owned, and when he turned 13, he received it as a birthday gift from his grandparents in the year 1984. And what a watch it is. A Seiko quartz chronograph 7828 in-house quartz movement, a little bit like a Genta design to it, which I really do like. Folded metal bracelet, which is typical for this year, and what a watch it is. Mike did the hell out of it, and it shows, but I think it suits a watch. Nowadays he hasn't, or he don't wear it too often, which I think, Mike, you should wear it more often. Actually, nowadays the 80s are back, I think. It suits you very well. It doesn't look out of time, and it is a gorgeous watch, a great chronograph, and yeah, it has really great memories to it. So overall, a beautiful watch and a good way to start a watch collection, I would say. Second watch in Mike's collection is an Omega Seamaster. Actually an Omega Seamaster chronograph in 41.5 millimeters, and it's a beautiful piece. I'm a big fan of the Seamaster and of the Seamaster Chrono, and it is really gorgeous. As Mike says, it's his first sort of expensive piece he got for himself, and he likes it a lot. He wears it very often, also today, and he likes especially the bracelet, how it's made, and the chrono dial itself, the original wave pattern dial, and I think he's right. This is one of the most beautiful Seamasters Omega did produce. I did like as well the ceramic version with the ceramic bezel and dial. I sort of dislike the latest interpretation of this wave dial they presented in 2018 here on Basel. So I agree with him. In this version, the chrono is a gorgeous one, looks very good, suits him very well, looks great on his wrist, and yeah, especially with this bracelet, it is well made and wears very comfortable. He likes to actually change the clasp so that it's a little bit better adjustable, but this is the only thing he has to complain about. So let's talk about Mike's third watch, which is again a chronograph, but not any chronograph, it's a Chrono Mod. The Chrono Mod 44 GMT from Breitling, which sports an in-house movement, a chronograph, date and GMT complication, and it's a great piece. I overall do like the Chrono Mod line from Breitling, and I think it does suit Mike very well. He does own this piece since 4 years now, and if you have a piece for that a long time in your collection, it's definitely a keeper, and yeah, I can understand this. I do like how it looks on the crocodile leather strap. Mike as well does have the Ocean Racer strap for it, so we're going to see this afterwards. And I really do like this piece. It's special also to Mike. He wears it a lot. He really appreciated it, and it's an overall great watch which completes and adds perfectly to his current collection. Woo! And here we are with the Ocean Racer strap on the Chrono Mod, and wow, what a different watch. I'm not going so far to say that the Chrono Mod is a dress watch with the alligator strap, but it does look a little bit more elegant. With the Ocean Racer, it really is a sporty watch, and I like how the strap, how the Ocean Racer goes together with the black subdials and the chapter rings, so overall a great combination. But I do like a lot as well, especially on the strap, is the clasp. You do have the fine adjustment, the micro adjustment in the clasp, which I think is a shame that Breitling doesn't offer the Chrono Mod line with a steel bracelet, which has the same function. So on the Ocean Racer, a gorgeous piece, a beautiful watch, which adds really perfectly to the overall design of the Chrono Mod. And now we do talk of the first watch, which not is a chronograph. It's a Seiko, again, a Seiko Party Turtle, and it's actually the same, or it has actually the same modifications like mine had. We do talk here about a doomed sapphire crystal and the strap code Jubilee bracelet. And it's a beautiful piece. Mike does wear it at work or at the beach, so as he puts it. And this is a watch which is a no-brainer. You throw it in the wrist and you don't have to worry about it at all. It's in his collection since about 2 years, so it indicates that it's going to stay longer. I just flipped mine, as mentioned before, to get an SKX mod because I don't know, the SKX is to me a little bit more comfortable, even more comfortable than the Turtle, as it's a little bit less heavy. And I think you need such a piece in your collection. And Mike, you know how I think about the Party Turtle. Gorgeous piece, beautiful piece, and a really cool diver in your collection. Seagull 1963 chronograph with the column wheel movement. What a watch. You know I'm a big fan of that piece. I presented it, I think, 3-4 times on my channel with a review, with strap reviews. As well, I battled it against the Omega Speedmaster, and it is a great piece. And Mike especially does like the column wheel chronograph movement. And come on, what's not to like about that? You can get a mechanical chronograph for under 300 euros, and this is still, to me, mind-blowing. Mike likes to wear it on different straps. He wears it a lot. He really appreciates it, and he sometimes even don't wear it. He just sits there and watch how the movement works. So this is what I do as well from time to time. It's a great piece, and it's interesting, and for me great to see that Mike has so many different watches with different or in a different price level in his collection, and that the Seagull does compete very well against his other watches. This watch is actually Mike's favorite quartz watch, the Satina Podium DS Chrono. And it's a beautiful piece. I'm not too much into quartz watches, anyhow I do think you should at least have one quartz piece in your collection. And I do get why Mike does like the Satina that much. Talking about the Panda dial, a Panda dial every time is very nice to see. I do like it a lot. You do have applied indices, and you have this really nice sunburst silver dial, which contrasts beautifully with the black sub-dials, not sundials. So overall, a gorgeous piece, looks very well, and actually works very well with the existing watches in his collection. So well bought, Mike, and wear it in good health. Ceramic bezel, sort of snowflake dial, even it's a little bit more silvery-ish, silver-ish. Omega Speedmaster Racing, the last chronograph in Mike's collection, and what a watch it is. I do like how Omega improved the racing line. Before I wasn't a big fan of it. Nowadays I really do like it, and you get a lot of watch for the money. The watch is with 44mm on the bigger side. Anyhow, I think in terms of the proportions, Omega did a great job. You do have a sapphire crystal case back to admire the great decorated in-house movement. And even though it's on the bigger side, it suits and wears very well. I think, Mike, you did do a great purchase with this piece. It adds really great to your current collection. You do have more darker dials at the moment, so a little bit more silver and white dials do complete the collection very well. Mike just purchased it recently, as mentioned before, but do wear it a lot, does like it a lot, and I think it's a beautiful watch, Mike. What should I say? Keep it, definitely. And if I haven't gotten my Speedmaster Professional, I definitely would consider this one. Well done, well bought. The last piece in Mike's collection actually is my favorite piece of Mike's collection, the Tudor Black Bay steel and gold in 41mm, 14mm height. Well, I think this is due to the Tudor in-house movement. I do think the date suits the Black Bay very well, and I just do have a thing for two-tone watches. Sorry guys, I'm a child of the 80s. I do like two-tone watches, and I really do admire it. It's a great piece, especially the combination of the two-tone case and bracelet with the black bezel and dial. It looks a little bit more elegant like the regular Tudors, and I think it adds as well perfectly to Mike's collection. So Mike, a really great purchase. The downside of this piece is that Mike just got it short after he bought the Speedmaster Racing. So those both watches do compete at the moment about wrist time. Mike, I don't know how you can decide between these both, as you have already a great collection. Anyhow, I think it's a great addition. It looks just great on your wrist and it suits you very well, and yeah, perfect purchase. I have to say, 2 thumbs up from my side. So, this was Mike's watch collection, and what a collection it is. I have to say, Mike, here, big shout out again to you for presenting us your watches with your videos, and I think the collection itself really is great. What is missing from my point of view right now is sort of a dressier watch, which is the same collection, the same problem I do have with my collection, as I do miss as well sort of dressier watches. You are a sportive guy, I know you, so it's fine, but still I think you should look for a more sporty dress watch, like a Datejust 41 for example, or why not, as you are really, or as you do really like Seiko, why not going for a Grand Seiko? I know you have a soft spot for the Snowflake, for the Spring Drive Seikos, Grand Seikos. This could be as well a great addition to your collection. Or you went even for Jaeger LeCoultre, not necessarily a Reverso, because a Reverso is a bit too classy, the same for me, but a Master Control date. The recently presented one in the Basel World 2018 could be great watches actually, and the Master Control itself could be a great addition to your existing collection. So yeah, just think about it. I think with your current collection, sort of more dressy piece would complete it and add to it very well. Alright guys, this concludes Mike's watch collection review. I hope you did like this one. If this was the case, I of course would appreciate thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. This would help me a lot, and as well the channel. What are your thoughts about Mike's watch collection? What would you add? How do you see it? Leave a comment in the comment section below. Mike and I are really eager to learn about your thoughts and your tips and advices for adding some piece to his collection. Alright guys, I wish all of you now a very happy Sunday. Have a good start into the new week. I say goodbye and auf Wiedersehen. Euer Konstantin. Ciao guys.